everybody knows is there. Whenever I find one somebody's made, and these guys work hard, guys, they will make them on every lake you got. I've seen guys sink flat bottoms hauling rock out. I mean, I fished a flat bottom full of rock. So just keep looking. I got another map screen on the next one. I'll kind of show you another. So this is when we're talking about ditches here. This is actually on Gunnersville. I kind of hit it a little bit where you couldn't tell, but this is on Gunnersville. This is one of the key spots all winter long. This is one of the best spots on that entire lake. And all it is all these fish out of all these flats, when they want to come out here to this deeper water when it gets cold, this is where they hang out. All the baits hitting this deep bank, they hang out here, and then when they start to migrate, this point right here is loaded. This point right here gets loaded. But then you look up here, here's a back channel. Runs all the way up the lake. And it comes back in up here. But then you got this funnel. This ditch cuts in here, they're spawning all in here. They set up here, they set up here, they set up here. And you come up a little bit more, here's another ditch. And this is pretty much a big drain. This drains this whole flat. All these fish are going to travel right out of this canal, or this cut right here. They're going to set up on these points. All these points. And then sometimes whenever they really get pressure, they set up in the middle. And the trap bite, that's one of the best trap bites I ever had right there. They'll sit right in the middle of this drain, just trying to get away from everybody else's pressure. It's going to have grass in it. Most of those drains don't do just a normal drain with just a mud bottom. I'm not talking about that. It's going to be something that's got some grass, vegetation, something growing up where they can kind of hover over it, and the bait is really keying in on that area. They love those kind of places. Well, I got this screen up. I've not stopped for questions. I've been running my mouth the whole time, but we're still talking about migration, basically. So is there any questions about points, rock, pockets, what we're looking for? Are we covering anything? Yes, sir.
I guess if you were looking at that, you picked out the major one at that time. Where would the other wintering or summering spots be?
This right here is so good because all the current's washing the bait right to them. But if I were looking somewhere else, because this one gets a lot of pressure, I'd start looking at this one, or the dark blue. I guess I need to say that the darker blue is the deeper water, is the main current side. The green in this, for instance, right here is about 15 feet. Red's going to be less than 5 feet. Yellow's going to be that 12 to 8 feet range. So I'm looking for anything that's kind of protected. So the current's coming this way, so they'll get in this little cut right here because they can get out of the current. And the bait don't want to be in that current. The bait wants to control its destiny. If it's in the current, it's get pushed wherever it wants it to go. So they're going to find these places out of the current a little bit here. That's kind of why this place is so good. Fish and bait can get right here in this little bitty place behind that little bitty green dot. They'll sit right here, but they're also protected at that point. But I like any of these. I like this one, but I'm looking for any more of the pressure because, like they said, there's more people on the water now than ever. You got to look for the stuff that's a little bit less pressured, like here, here, and sometimes, you know, a sneaky spot would be this hump right here. It's close enough to the river they can go back and forth, but they got plenty of cover to go to. This point that's under this thing right here winds up to be pretty good. There's just a lot. That place right there, I'll tell you, that's the mouth of Seaboat, if y'all don't know where it is. That's the mouth of Seaboat Creek, and it is probably one of the best fish hatcheries on the entire system of Gunnersville, or all the Tennessee River. But it's because they got so much depth in this whole bay, but then they got all these points. I mean, I haven't counted them, but you can count how many points are right there, and every one of them points is going to have fish on it. I mean, it may not have the winning load, but it may, if it's got one 4-pounder, think about if you caught one 4-pounder off every one of them points, how many 4-pounders you got. And that sounds like it's not realistic, but it sometimes is. Whenever they really start staged up and they're making a move to go somewhere, they get pretty predictable. And that prediction is that they're going to be set up somewhere they can get to deep water in a hurry and they can get to food in a hurry. And fish has two things in what they want to do in life. They want to lay eggs and they want to eat. That's all they want to do. They're not like me and you. They ain't looking for a Big Mac and they ain't looking for a tea. They're just wanting to eat